Hey, what's going on, guys? Motonosity here. Welcome back to the Honda Grom build series part number 8. If you want to see any of the other episodes, I'll link the playlist link down in the description so you guys can get caught up, or you can check out any of the episodes that come out after this. In this series, we are taking a completely stock 2017 Honda Grom and making one of the coolest, fastest Groms on the road. I got my man Fry here.
I ate 4-foot-long hot dogs this morning for breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
4-foot-long hot dogs? Those are the longest hot dogs I've ever heard. 4-foot-longs or 4-foot-long hot dogs? If you missed the last episode, we got everything powder coated and we put the, temporarily put the first part on the bike. That was the lowering link, mainly because it was easy and we wanted to test fit it because it's going to be one of the things that we have to grind down. This is a bike that we're going to be giving away. If you want to have a chance to win it, head over to the Patreon link down in the description. You guys can get entries based on the support that you provide on the series. We got a lot of other benefits. We got a Discord community for you guys to hang out in. It's really an awesome time. And at the end of the series, this thing is going to be a slammed 300cc swapped Grom, and I'm really, really excited. In today's episode, we're going to be starting the assembly on the bike. Like I mentioned, we already put the lowering link on. Again, we're gonna have to grind it down a little bit to get the fitment just right because of the powder coating, but it should be really, really simple. And after that, I've got a new set of bushings. So if you have a Honda Grom, this is one of the really weak spots of the bike. The rear suspension is bad, but it's not just because of the suspension, it's because of the bushings that they have in the swing arm. And since we got the swing arms powder coated, which you guys can see here, so here we've got the swing arm, and then the frame. Those we did in a pearlized violet. It's really cool. It's very subtle, but once you get it in the light, you can see a tint of purple in it. It looks really cool. The guys over at Enigma Coatings did that. If you want to get powder coating and you're in the Austin area, I'll link their website down in the description as well. But Man in the Box sent out their bushing kit. MNNTHBX. It's Man in the Box, but there's no man inside of this box. There's just a set of Grom bushings and an install kit. So here's the install kit. That's separate, so you don't have to buy the kit if you want to. But if you want to make it easy on yourself and you don't have the necessary tools, you can just get their install kit for the bushings. It's supposed to make the rear suspension feel a lot better because with the stock bushings, it kind of seizes things up a bit. It doesn't allow full motion of the rear suspension. But the kit that Man in the Box makes is supposed to basically solve that and really improve it. So we're doing a ton of stuff on this build. This is one of them. After we get those in, we'll get the swing arm hooked up to the frame, and then we are going to move on to the frame extension kit from the Ruck Shop. I know that some people aren't a fan of stretching bikes. In a lot of cases, I agree with you. I think it looks really good on smaller bikes, but the main reason that we're doing a stretch on this bike is because we're doing the engine swap. There's gonna be a lot more power, and it's just gonna be a lot easier putting down that power with a stretched bike. Let's get to it. We're gonna start off with looking at the bushing kit, and then we'll move on to that lowering link.
This is really cool. This is the color scheme you should have done on the bike.
Gold and silver.
Yeah, it's just like that. Oh, I love that color.
It's hard to see because everything's stuck together, but it's got, I think they're brass like spacers or inserts with the bushings. Really, really nice. But the kit, I mentioned that they have an install kit for it. It's got everything that you need to both remove your stock bushings and install their new bushing kit. Again, if you've got your own press or you want to go out to a hardware store and get a bunch of spacers and bolts and make your own little install kit, you can do that. This just makes it easy if you don't want to bother with it.
You want to do that because this is the right size. If you get just the wrong size, you could damage the brass. And look how nice this looks. Do you really want to mess that up?
Yeah, it looks really good.
You don't want to mess that up. So this is probably better quality than anything I've got in my Jeep. This is nice. Once it started, it shouldn't be too bad. Ooh, that made a nice sound.
Well, how about that? That looks really nice.
It looks really good. I like that a lot.
So
Now, it really matches my color scheme.
I know it matches his Jeep. We've got the these brass inserts that go inside here. By the way, if you want to make it easy on yourself, in fact, you should do this no matter what. Freeze the bushings. You don't need to freeze them more than an hour or two, but I froze them for maybe like 20-30 minutes. The difference between 15 minutes and 30 minutes was pretty decent because the first one was a little bit hard to put in. The second one was pretty easy. Got the brass inserts in, and now we can mount this up to the frame. I don't think that we're gonna have issue with powder coating, but we're gonna find out here very soon. Oh, before that, and I actually already did it because we were waiting on the bushings to freeze, I ground down the spacer for the lowering links. Let me show you guys that right now. All right, so before we get the swing arm onto the frame, we're actually gonna do the frame extensions first. Now, these are from the Ruck Shop, and just like every other part that we install on the bike, those will be linked down in the description of the videos. Here is the kit that we have. And we originally thought that we were gonna have some issue with powder coating. Doesn't look like we will. There may be just a tiny bit, we'll see. But I think we should be all right. So we're gonna get these extensions on. They have customization so you can control the length of the extension. These openings right here are where you have the adjusters for the chain. So here is one side. So that goes through the top. So this will be on this side. You know the sides because it has these indentions right here, so you can make sure that you have it right on both sides. And then you have the bolt through the top to tighten everything down. And then you can also, if you want to, get these little block off plates, and it just makes it look a little bit nicer. Blocks off this section a little bit cleaner. Hey, Wild Evo Moto appeared. Light. Evo Moto, you guys know him. He was in a recent video. Someone tried to steal his Ducati last night, this morning.
Well, I don't think. When was last? I think I rode it last weekend when you took the MT-09 out. So between then and today.
You didn't look at your bike between then and now?
Well, I've driven past it, but I haven't like inspected it.
Someone drilled out his ignition, and I guess they just gave up. Fortunately, he didn't get it stolen, but now he's got to replace the ignition. Look at this. But we're about to put the extension kit on. We've got everything lined up where it needs to go. We're just gonna put things on loose right now. We're not gonna put it in the final position because we won't know exactly where we want it until we get the full rear wheel setup on here. So we're just gonna put it at the farthest back setting so that if we want to, we can push it farther in because it's a super tight fit.
Tell the people what you're doing now.
We are making modifications because it doesn't fit because of powder coating.
There you go.
So this side fits. I mean, this side kind of goes in pretty easily. This side, not so much. So yeah, there's a little bit of powder coating on the edge here. So I'm just gonna get rid of some of that and see if that allows us to get this in. No.
See, I told you it fits.
So then this will go here.
Like a glove.
This will go. Boom.
Perfect. Yeah, it totally fits.
And then this goes here. So this is the new mount for the caliper. So since this was the original one, now we've extended, so the caliper has to be back here because it also mounts to the axle, obviously, because that's where the rotor is. This just pushes that back.
You now have a stretched Grom. Well done.
We got a new build partner. Who are you?
Alan.
Aylin! What is your favorite motorcycle that I have?
The red one.
The red one?
Yeah.
I thought the little one was your favorite.
Oh.
Who's your favorite person named Fry?
My daddy.
Apparently I'm named Fry now. What are you gonna do? You're gonna play some basketball?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Do you want to play with me?
I'm actually really good. I should do it.
I'll play basketball with you. You do a slam dunk? Oh, almost.
Yeah. Oh,
Here, slam dunk. Go do a slam dunk.
I got you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I hit you.
You're gonna catch the ball? She's beating the defender. She's decided not to dribble. She's going all the way. She's headed towards the basket. She's breaking free. This could win the game. Oh! So we're gonna get the other side of the extension in, and then we're gonna get this thing hooked up to the frame, and it's gonna start looking like a motorcycle.
All right, round 2. Will it fit?
Dude.
There you go. We'll just leave it like that. You know, it'll be fine, right?
Fry's leaving. He doesn't want to work on the Grom anymore.
I'm over it.
He says, we've done all the easy stuff, now it's just hard stuff from here.
I said, call me when you get a bigger bike. Something with 1,000 cc's that we're going to tear apart.
300 is the best I got. He might or might not be back later, but he will be back next week, so. All right, so we just spent a while figuring out what exactly we need to put on right now. Here is the bolt that goes through the swing arm and the frame to mount things up. It's really long because it goes through a lot of stuff. It goes through the both rear sets, the swing arm, the frame, and I think part of the mount for the kickstand. But we are gonna be doing a different kickstand, one that mounts to the swing arm. Once you lower the bike, the stock kickstand won't be functional anymore. So we have a different kickstand solution. I don't think we really need to put the rear sets on right now. So for now, we're just gonna put the bolt through the swing arm and the frame and see how it sits like that and go from there. That looks pretty good. Got that attached right here. So we pretty much got the whole main frame of the bike set up and ready to have parts start going onto it. Two main things that we're gonna be doing soon before all of that happens. The triple tree assembly, so the steering stem with the lower part of the triple tree, and then the engine mount for the 300cc kit. Those are the two main things that'll go on the frame before we can start putting everything back on. But I wanted to get some advice from you guys or some ideas before I commit. I really don't want to put in the 300cc engine as is. I got it in a box over here, so I'm not gonna pull it out right now. It's just a standard gray color that you see bike engines come as. Here's my CRF. See, it's just this silver color. That's literally exactly what the CB300F motor is that I have. But ideally, I don't want to put it in that way. So what I was thinking was getting it either sandblasted or sanding it down myself so that I can use one of those high heat engine paints. I think that's the best strategy other than tearing the entire motor down, getting the thing powder coated, etc. I think that's my best strategy with it. If you guys have a paint that you've used, if you've done something similar, or if you have a different idea for getting the thing painted, let me know. But once I get that painted, we can get the engine mount onto the engine, we can put the engine in, and then we can start building off of that. I really think that once we have that done, the engine in, the triple tree assembly in, that parts are gonna start flying onto this bike, and the build is gonna start accelerating really fast. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed it, or if it helped you out. Share the video with a friend if you got someone that might be interested in this build, or has a Grom and you want them to do this to their bike. And again, if you wanna win the bike, make sure you head over to the Patreon page and get your support in. The link is down in the description. And if you want to get caught up on the build, the playlist link is down in the description. You guys have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's spread with horsepower. Keep life lived, and I will see you guys in the next one.